Hello and welcome to Ozam Service webinar. We are here, Mikri and Ozren. We are here today. We're going to share our journey about being employed to self-employed. And if you have any questions in your head before we jump into the QA sessions, you can put it in the QA box and we will attend to it. And here is Ozren, and my name is Mihri. Okay, let me sit down first. So we can both be in the camera. Yes.
Okay, so when people get this idea to become self-employed, they usually don't know where to start. They know they have enough of the office environment. They'd like to try something new. Maybe they would like a larger salary, or they would like to be able to make more decisions and perhaps organize their working hours in a different way so they can manage their family obligations or other obligations more effectively, or have more time to rest, maybe work 4 days a week and their company not allowing it, and things like that. Since not many of you here, I'd like to hear what are your sort of questions about the obstacles at the moment. If you could type it into the QA section of the screen, so we can focus on that.
And if you can see, it's in the bottom, it's a QA box where you can choose direct to us, public or private, and you can send it to us.
One of the most common problems people face, they are afraid if they will not make their income, the income they're having right now in their company, and how they're going to support their life. The fears come out, and that's usually where things stop. But there are a few ways how to approach this. One way is to take step by step sort of a system where 1 day a week could be like a Saturday. It doesn't really matter, like Monday to Friday, perhaps you're working at your company, and then 1 day a week you are sort of starting to have your clients, after everything's set up for you, and we'll get into that, starting having your clients and earning more and more as you get better at it, putting up that income and comparing it to your corporate daily income. Let's check the Q&A.
Okay. Hi, I wanted to ask, how can you approach your first to start up your own business and also the startup capital? Thanks.
Okay, the second question I understand. The first question I'm not sure. What did you mean, Sindhu? How you approach your first to start?
And let me answer this question. And this approach here, my understanding is how you started, how you get yourself ready to start your first business. And in this video, if you are stuck in this question, this webinar is exactly for you. And the 5 steps or 5 strategy, you can call anything after you start listening to the part that we are going to talk about, and you can find in the exact answer that you want. The one thing is about when we're talking about this, it will be like our stories or the steps that how we adapt in our journey of being employed to self-employed. And I would like you to listen and cognize, see yourself in the following stories or the steps that how we adapted. And all the questions in your mind will show up when you listening to our this stories or the steps that we are going to talk about. And for the capitals is also, we will cover in this following steps that when we're sharing our stories. And different people have a different approach to how to accumulate their capitals or the inputs the finance. And this will be the part that it will be in this webinar that we will talk about this. Well done. Good question. I like the question. It's really important. Yes.
Okay, I'd like to maybe go into a little bit more depth into that question. The process that we are offering goes through a number of stages. One of these stages will be to assist you to develop your future business together with you. Some people will go into maybe a completely different business than if you're in IT. Some people will move sideways in IT. Some people will do the same thing, it's just they're going to be self-employed. That will also guide, would they need a significant amount of capital or just some regular savings with very small startup capital required. So basically that step depends on previous steps in the process.
Okay, and I would like to add on something here. To support us, to give you a better support in the clear picture, we would like to know where are you from and what industry you are at. Are you in the corporate world? If you are in a corporate world, I would like to hear, and also I believe that also want to hear that what is your job at the moment and what is your job scope and what is, we would like to hear about this. You don't need to write a profile in this QA or the chat box. I would like to have a look on the chat box where that you can put that, hey, I am a tester, I'm from a software company, outsourcing company, and I'm working as a senior testing and serving the clients like this. Just the one sentence is enough for us to help you to come up with that. What are the possibilities you can have? But we are not going to go into that detail in the webinar itself because the webinar today is the high-level introduction. And we will give you as a gift the queue where that we can offer one-on-one strategy call. And from there, we will help you to give you a clear vision that at least you can know that how I'm going to start and the capital, how I'm going to get myself ready. It all depends that we need to go a little bit detail to this level. But let's start the webinar we have prepared here and keep just putting your any questions while we are having this process. This webinar itself is the process. It's already, if you go into the details and you will see that at least at the end of the webinar, we want you to achieve that you are seeing yourself on the journey already. This is what we want to achieve in this webinar.
Yeah, and to give you a little bit of a sort of a background, this is mainly aimed at IT people who are in their 40s or so, and they'd like to change their life from being employed to self-employed. But we can also help people that are in similar or different industries also. The process is very similar, but it has many sort of stages and need to go through some cognitive shifts and changes in your mind, and that will be sort of the thing that makes a difference. One, having these cognitive changes, see people that've done it already, before, and also have that support. Sort of because all the stages someone already walked through, and it is very easy to get stuck and start thinking, you know, by yourself, oh my goodness, how it is possible, I don't know what to do, it's too hard, and all these things come to mind, and we're very familiar with it. That's why we decided to develop this webinar and a program to help people to move to the next step, because being self-employed can be really, really beautiful. It does take effort, and sometimes much more than in the corporate world, but also it gives a lot more reward. It's no one is capping your income. You know, you would double your income if your effort comes to shine on the market. If you are sort of contracted out by your company to some other company, usually your company will take most of the charges. They charge the client for you. So let's say they contract you out for the company to another company for 200K, and maybe you get like a 70K or 90K salary. But once you're self-employed, you could get all that income coming straight to you, but of course you would be the one who will sign that deal, prepare all the contracts.
And these are the old
like
stuff. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Ozam, for pointing out this. That in a general way that everyone knows that. Sorry, what is that?
Open the queue.
Okay, so we have a queue, and let me have a look. We have a question here, and I work as the. Thank you, Sindhu. Finance officer at the motor vehicle spare parts accessory. I'm not very interested in the field because that's exactly you are here. We know how much pain you can handle and how long you can handle. And this is a typical example that I work at this company, and this company is doing these services, and I'm not very interested in this field. This is the pain. When you are only telling us that you are not interested in, you know how much painful inside when you verbalizing this one.
Okay.
And
so let's give Sindhu a little bit of a background. Okay, so let's say you're a finance officer. That's great. So I'll just share quickly our backgrounds with you. Mike has been working as a testing manager. She worked for HP, for Hewlett Packard, and I have a master's degree in business, finance, and IT. And we also struggled along the way working in companies, not feeling this is really a fulfilling thing, and sort of wondering, is there any better in this world for us to do? And this is more common than you think. When you go and have drinks in a group of people, everyone is great, things are great, and people don't talk about their inner pains. Occasionally, when you meet one-on-one, if it's a good friend, they will say, hey, I don't know, like, I don't like this job, don't know what to do, and things like that. But very rarely, you come for a drink and they say, hey, I become self-employed and this is how you do it. Like, this is very, very rare. So people come for a webinar with us to discuss this question. And is it possible to come to a level of the income you had at the company? It absolutely is. Does it take some time? Well, that really depends. It can be quite quickly, and it can take a few years also. It really depends case to case. When working with a particular person, let's say we use Sindhu, we'll sort of see all kinds of skill sets that you already have, what your inclinations are, what you're passionate about, And then we'll match it up with our experience and see sort of what sort of a path, if you take, you could be quite successful at. And we don't want anyone to become self-employed and then struggle financially. That's not the idea. The idea is that through a certain period of time, you can replace your income and do what you love.
Oh, in this point, what I want to add is, as actually it will be in the PowerPoint that we have prepared for you, which is about that's how we struggled and how we come out from this, the mindset of that, is it gonna to save me as I am in employed company that I can replace my salary? And this all will be in this webinar that we will cover. And all I want to say before we start is, when you start seeing yourself beyond the one who you are at the moment and see the value you can create to others and the income itself as the bonus, it will come as is like a side effect of what you're doing. So I'm not guaranteeing here, say, hey, you will get how much money and you will replace your salary. I'm not guaranteeing this, because we are here to give you our experience, and everyone has their own way to decide that how long does it take. But very possible you can do it and you can replace your salary.
And,
but with someone's help like us, and it will be easier.
So basically, I see you're interested in mindfulness and meditation. So perhaps I'd like to access this question from sort of a spiritual sort of explanation. At the moment, you work in a company, you're serving people or a company needing certain skills from you, needing certain work. You're performing the work and you're getting rewarded in terms of some money amount. When you're teaching mindfulness to, let's say, 5 people, that equates sort of you're producing value to some money amount. If you are serving 1,000 people with meditation and mindfulness techniques, sort of supporting them on their way, or having weekly or daily sessions online, maybe on Zoom like we are now, perhaps. This value significantly increases with the number of people or with the value you are providing. So if you give a lot of value to one person, which is our strategy at the moment, we want to provide you with a lot of value towards a single person to make a significant transformation in their life and be there with them on this journey along the way, and then to look how to really help them, you know, so that they can take the next step and transform. But you can do that, but also it is possible to access a lot of people at once, and maybe you can do guided meditations and
this will. Oh, I want to.
Yeah, let me just finish. And the thing is, like, the more enrichment you are offering, you are performing, the more financial reward will come back at you. Mikhail, you were gonna say?
Yes, what I want to share, what I do in my work actually is like we give the theory and we also give the practical experience that what we have been doing. And for answering this question, living example is always the good example. Now I'm going to give one example that when I come to be from the be employed to self-employed, I was really didn't believe that I could have the amount of the salary that I can to replace, which is like 3 times of or 2 times at least of my salary in New Zealand. But I was like at the beginning, I didn't know how I can to create this portal that how we can to multiplies the value I am like serving. And after we did a little bit tuning and adjustment and testing, same as that how I do software testing, I did this like this whole procedures, agile life cycle procedures, and it works. And this will happen in the way that just Ozan said, that what are the strategy you are using. For this, you need to see your value, and you need to see your capacity. You need to see your qualification, which is not from the logical level, the qualification as who you are.
Yeah. So Sindhu, did we sort of like strike your question?
I hope.
Okay. Is there any other questions arising from there, perhaps?
Oh, actually, she has some. Okay, I wanted to bring more awareness, especially to people who are in the corporate, because I have been in the corporate world, and welcome on board. You wanted to do the same thing as we are doing. We have a good heart and we can do it. I believe so. And you can bring the more awareness to the corporate world. This is what we are doing at the moment. And if we are success, you can do the same thing and you can success.
Yeah, I mean, what some people have done inside of their company, and many companies are actually open to this, and it sounds something like this. I know of people that work a specific role inside a company, and then they went to their boss and say, hey, you know, I've been doing this sort of like mindfulness thing in my own spare time, and da 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 da. I said, okay, yep. What about that? And then you say, look, it actually helps people to sort of calm down, you know, and just relax a bit more and be healthier, and maybe take sick leave less frequently, and then in things like that could really be interesting to your boss. And you say, hey, how about, you know, I organize something for like half an hour in sort of, let's say the lunch break is 1 hour, and inside the lunch break, half an hour of that is the mindfulness. Would that be all right? Okay. And at that stage, you don't need to ask to have any financial sort of like contribution for the company or anything like that. You just start doing. So, but basically you're starting enriching. And then after a while, you know, people can get more relaxed and they have less sick leave. And then you go back to your boss and say, hi, yes, like, I've been doing this mindfulness thing, and I have you noticed the people go less on the sick leave? Have you could we see your Excel spreadsheet of the sick leave of all the people across the company that have been coming to the mindfulness classes? And I was actually, I don't need to look at it. I actually checked that, and actually, you know, it works. Maybe. Now you got acknowledgement that your what you've been doing actually works and is bringing some quality product to the company. Now is time you are going to talk about getting some compensation in some form or the other. Who knows? Maybe you get more paid holidays. Maybe you get paid extra. Maybe, who knows, something, right? But these are kind of the things and ideas, like what to do next. When you're by yourself in it, it's actually much harder and takes much longer, because you just are like, maybe sometimes you don't have that courage, and you don't know that this system like worked before for someone else. Like I know, I talk to people, so I know this thing worked, and it can be repeated someone else with a sort of like a similar strategy, sort of a thing. Some people maybe needed to change a company first, and then their boss was like super open to mindfulness, and some people just did it at a company that they are. But this is just like an example. The way we operate, we'll sort of like open many things, and we'll see what is flowing easily. I will sort of like see what you are strong at and how that can be offered to the market being enriched, and you getting, how is that going to transform into financial compensation for you? What does that make sense to you, Sindhu?
And actually, the question from Sindhu is not only from Sindhu, it's the common questions. If it's only things that we don't come and talk about it, we just keep it inside. And if this answer we answered Sindhu clearly, it means that other people also can get something from this good question. Thank you, Sindhu. You are really good at asking the good questions. Great, thank you so much. All I want to say here in this question is our life itself is meditation. See, in Sindhu's case, she wants to start operating the mindfulness in the company. And as long as she come out with the space of that, oh, I'm impossible to possible, right? When it's going to the possible space and she can create the business inside of the company itself. For example, as we say that Ozam said that Ozam made such an amazing point that let me say a little bit about what Ozam's expertise here is. He can see what you can do and he can map you with the possibilities in the world. And he put me into my first business. He said, hey, you know what, you can do this. I said, no, I can't do it. He said, you can do it, just do it. Just do it, one step, two steps straight. And I was like shaking and said, can I do it? Can I do it? I was like sitting, I was like this. And he was just standing like, you know that in Hinduism, it's like a Vishnu. Vishnu is sitting and operating the world like this. And I feel that way. I said, why this guy not getting panic? Why I'm getting panic? He said, relax, just do it and magic will happen. If you believe and this will magic happen. And I said, okay, if he said, I will just try and I will do it. And I did it. And with this approach, what I'm saying is here is you need someone to next to you, just like do it, you know what? It's not about you pumping the bicycle, say, you can do it, you can do it. You also need to say that how much and how, you need to say this, okay? And what happened to me is like, I got my confidence by like, I feel that, oh, finally I have someone like this. And in my case, one thing I did is I increased my salary when I was working in corporate world. He just sitting next to me, he said, you know what, you can do it. We were just work together. And then I got salary increase 3 times. Yes. And with that confidence, I started running this, getting ready myself to be self-employed. And in Sindhu's case is, I tell you, very possible, very, very possible. All you need to do is you come to the space and to open yourself to the possibilities. What will happen is, at just a glimpse I can tell you is, you can just say, hey, this data, I can say to you, see that how many people are happily working and they don't want to take a sick leave. And you are, can you see something? And your boss will see that. And whatever is going on, you keep contributing the value you can contribute. You need to be creative. And the boss will come say, how about you, I open a department for you? Or maybe the possibilities that you have enough client inside of the company. You said, hi, sorry, boss, I have to go now because I have a lot of clients already sitting there waiting for me to run the studio. And I thank you for these years you've been be with me and helping me and go last and all the corporate ones. I love company, I love her. You can go that process happily. Okay, this is the possibilities that I'm opening to you. Maybe it sounds a little bit excited, but it's true.
Now, a lot of people find it hard to start, and also they don't see the full picture from start to finish. Like they say, okay, I should do something, but what's something I do? And when I do that something, what do I do afterwards? Because the results you don't see until the very later on. And until then, you need to be doing the right things. And you don't know what the right things are because you haven't done them. And it's a little bit funny, and it is easy to become like disheartened, or how to say, like you lose confidence or your oomph, you know, like, because you're not sure, am I progressing, am I not progressing, you don't know. when you have like a guidance and support, there are people there that will look at you, Sindhu, and say, okay, let's see, there are 3 possible options for this person. Let's explore them. The next step would be this. You know, or it would be very beneficial if this person goes to this office and says this to them. And these are the things we'll be able to see. And these are the things that people that started, it's very hard to see. Because when you have the whole cycle of how to become self-employed in your mind, it is much easier to see like where someone is stuck, what needs to get unblocked, what is the next thing they need to do. And for us, it's something like we take a lot of joy seeing people progress, because basically we see ourselves on the journey before, and maybe it took us like 5 or 10 times more time because we didn't know what to do at the time. It was so hard when you ask people and no one knows what to do. And then suddenly you find the next step, you're so happy. So now when we see people want to progress to the next level, we know what the steps are. There is quite a number of steps, but if you know what they are, or you have someone to guide you, your journey gets a lot easier. Let's say you're going to climb the mountain and you're going to get to the top, and you just choose some path, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, maybe you get stuck and then starts raining and it's a problem. But if you you hire the tour guide that's going to the mountain, 3 times a week, take people to the mountain. You hire them and you say, okay, I want to climb this mountain. They say, okay, that's fine. I've been to the mountain 377 times in the last 3 years. No problem. We'll see you tomorrow morning and pick you up there. It is something like this. But if you want to climb it by yourself, you definitely gonna make it, but could take much longer and the struggle could be much bigger.
I have one example from my client. I've been helping this client and in a certain stage, and for some reason, and what happened was like she decided, okay, I wanted to try this way, I want to try that way. We respect everyone, and we let this person to do in the way that they wish, because the fear that even the best things, like you have a guru there, he can get you enlightened, but no, I can't let it go, and then we will look for the other solutions, but at the end we will come back. And that's what my guru said, that okay, if you want to suffer more, and you suffer more, but I'm here with you, I'm here all the time. I give the message, I said, I didn't say that you go and suffer, I said this, I know, I understand that what you want to do and why you want to do, because you are not settling down yourself in a space. And when you settle down yourself in a space, I'm here to help you. And finally, this person was like walking and doing this to come back, and then finally got the point that what I have been talking, but by that time, this person come back, he just so many money, so much like money invested, and the time was invested, and the house was damaged, and like come, Mihri, can you just book me a session? And unfortunately, by that time, I already have enough booking that I was not immediately attend, like in the past, that I can say, okay, wait me, how about you jump into Zoom? No, I was not like that, because I already been taken by, just like you, when you got married, all the boys and you have to, sorry, you look like this, it happens, this it's not a good, good way to say, but it's true. When you get to the level in your business, you will see what result and what I'm saying.
And I will love and encouragement to say, you go through certain phases, and then you come at this kind of a phase when someone says, hey, I would like, can you do this and this and this? And you say, I can, but you will need to wait for like 2 months or so. Why? I said, because I just booked, I can't take it.
We can't make a decision immediately, because the fear, right? and you don't trust yourself, so you don't trust your people around. This is my guru said that you don't trust yourself. How come you can trust me? And but you trust me or not trust me, I trust you. In the same way, whoever come to our space, we trust them, they can do it because we did it. We are same material, right? And but only things is like how much time and how much money you want to spend on your software and then come back. It really depends on this.
Yeah. And it's everyone can become self-employed if they really follow the steps and listen. And sometimes we'll tell people, okay, you are from whatever country where you are in, and this is sort of the office you need to go and visit, and this is the type of company you want to open right now. And this is the place we will start with your advertising and monitor it, and this is how we'll approach and how many people you're gonna call in a day, and then call them for your mindfulness sessions. And so this all have like numbers and reasons behind, and it is going through certain, how do I say, like you go and do tasks 1 to 100. It's going step by step. It's no jumping, and
yes.
People don't know how it works, and they wanna jump. Okay, I'm gonna start the job. I'll go tomorrow morning. I open the limited liability company. Okay, no, you don't.
No.
First, you need to figure out in your soul like what would bring you the most joy. We start from there. Now, when we take that, we see, okay, when this person is doing this and bringing them so much joy, what would be that as a service in some way that people would recognize it and want to pay for it. And then we go to the next step of development. It goes through stages.
Yeah. In my case, I didn't straight away jump and start doing something like, because I was like many of you sitting there, I should go. I attended so many webinars like this, and so at the end I found that webinars here in my home, in my kitchen, because he is the one that already been self-employed, and we were working in the same company in the past, but at that time we didn't know each other. And really funny enough that he got self-employed first, and then after I've been spending a lot of time and money, and then I come back, we had a really deep conversation. At that time, that moment's the one that I surrender. I was like not surrender to him, I surrender to myself, who I am. Finally, I said, okay, I dropped the fear, I'm going to do this. And the moment I decided to drop the fear, sitting there like in a meditation mode, and whatever that I experienced, it's okay. And I could take it, and I could like take the process, the steps that Ozam told me. And in the same way, now I'm helping my clients in this way. And it's such a powerful way, you know, that there's someone there and can lift you from this bottom, like your kundalini is like shaking. You can feel that way. You can feel that way when you drop your fear. That's the very step. And in I have prepared a PowerPoint, and we cover the steps, 5 steps. You will see it. But before that, this conversation or our talk and everything, I hope that this really put you into the warm-up meditation, the mood. And now if you are ready, let's go and have a look this. And I believe that from here you will see a lot of a good thing, which is you've been expecting to achieve. Right, by implementing these 5 steps, let's have a look. And for sure, you can control your career, as we just give you this our insight and our experience, little talk or big talk, you see. And for sure, you can control your career efficient strategies. Here, you are here in this webinar for this purpose. And if you are 40, and I know that you don't, it doesn't have to be that you are 40 and you are working in a corporate professional, and you want to become self-employed, and before your career ends, or you don't know that when are you going to be fired or something. And this situation, if you are in this situation, you worried about, and no matter you are like a boundary, like 38 or 34, or that's okay. But as long as you are in this corporate world and you have this pain, and this webinar is for you. And the idea of becoming a self-employed, if you think, when you think, oh, I'm already overwhelmed, and that will bring you a lot of a confusion. You say, oh, what are the steps I want to go? And what exactly I'm missing here? And this program, this webinar is for you. And we already give you the whole picture of what are we going to talk about. And next is, you will see yourself, are you feeling like really deep fear inside? You say, oh, I can't take this risk. If I'm going to be self-employed, what will happen? If you have what if scenarios too much inside of you, you can't move anywhere. And this program is for you. Let's have a look next one, that there are many fear really stopping us to move on. Check it out. Is this you? I want you to put your shoes and sit there or walk there, feel yourself in these questions. Just like you are doing walking meditation or sitting meditation. Are you enjoying delivering the great value to your clients as you do in the corporate world? And find out it's a little bit hard, where it's absolutely hard to envision how you can offer the same value through your own business. What does it mean? It means that you are fully confident at your work because someone is paying you and recognizing you. You feel that I'm the expert of this. But same kind of a service. If you move to the other platform, which is your platform, are you scared? Are you feeling that, oh, I can't do it? I don't think I can do it. And if this is thought for you, you are suffering with this, and this webinar is for you. And next, have a look. If you have tried to start your own business before, but failed, and now you are hesitated to try again. Many people, we can't say that, oh, they just decided to stay in a comfort zone and just to wait for the end of their life. No. Some people, they tried but failed, but because of the fear, they could not step, keep jumping the boat of the be employed to self-employed. And this is the fear from the past. They bring the past memory to the current and the future, destroying the future. And this, why I want to talk about this, when I was 18 years old, I started my own business in my, if I say bedroom, don't take me wrong. I started teaching English in my room, and I got a really good income that in my parents' place. I have no place to run this place, but it's good enough that, okay, we are just the friends, and I started like that. And this business was started with a good momentum, but some kind of things happen, like a fail or something, I stopped that. But that fail become that kind of a memory of the failure. It's really stopped me to come back to the page that where I was at. Like if I did that way, keep going, maybe I've already been, I don't know how many companies, right? This is for you. If you are feeling really stuck, that I'm scared that I will fail again. Okay, and if you're tired of waiting for the right moment, please, it's not, you can't wait for the right moment. The right moment is the moment, but you need to make a decision in a really clear way with the proper strategy to make yourself safe. But the right time, right moment is always now. And if you are not sure about the resources needed for the startup, of course, they are the resources like Sindhu just asked that what I'm supposed to do, and the resource, you think it's a big picture. You think that, oh, it's a big challenge. I could not access this, access that, but you need to have people's the right direction to go for the market. What are you going? For example, you say, hey, I want to cook this tonight. Okay, what I'm going to do? Where I'm going? Where only some people who are really familiar with cooking this specific food, they can tell you where you can get the recipes and this all the things. So you need to have the right idea about the resources, and this is the fear, and most people, it's not a big fear maybe, but it could stop people to take action.
Okay, this question about this finance and capital for business and things like that. There are a few questions inside that question normally. One is how much money I need to have aside so I can just move into my self-employed business and I have enough time to develop it and become successful. Another thing is how much money is actually required to start the business, what is all involved and what is required, what is this amount. This is something that goes to financial planning, and everything's put on Excel spreadsheet or on paper for start, and you actually can clearly see, oh, actually I need $10,000 to start this business. I don't need 100,000. I thought that I would feel safe with. I need 10,000 to start. And also things can be done gradually. It's not like, okay, I need you know, 3 years of salary in advance, and then I'll feel relaxed to start my own business. I will go to my boss and tell him, hey, you were so bad and I quit today, you know, so things like that you always think about.
I have a question. How many of you, be honest here, you can type for yourself, not for us or for me. How many of you really had the moment that I really want to say that I fire you, not you fire me? I wanted to ask this question.
Yeah, it's understandable. We've all been there.
Yeah.
But basically things can be done in a gradual way where one day a week you're developing your business, you're keeping your full-time job, but also this one day a week, which is maybe you know, 15% of all of the working hours in a week, you are investing to develop yourselves in a way towards you being independent, working in a field that you really enjoy. And then what happens, you grow it, and it becomes now suddenly the whole weekend you need to do, because so many people like your service. And then the next stage will be you go to your boss and say, hey, I really need to start working 3 days a week instead of 5 days a week, because for whatever reason you just want to have more time.
Absolutely.
Because you're already doing 2 days a week developing your own business, and then you'll use another 2 days that you used to work in the company. You start working 4 days a week being self-employed, and wait a minute, and the 3 days you continue working in a company, if feeling getting that regular income, feeling safe. And then the moment the 4 days a week becomes so regular and so boringly dependent and making more money these 4 days self-employed than the 3 days in a company, then you're easily going to say, hey, look, I just developed my own company. It has been a pleasure working with you, but I just found something that suits me better, or whatever you want to say, how nice or not nice you want to say it. It's okay. And you just self-employed already. You just sort your hours the way you like it and continue being self-employed. It's a very smooth transition. So there are a few ways how to do it. Some require more capital preparation, and some a lot less, almost none.
Yeah, it really depends on how you see yourself in the business, what you are going to do. And the question here is that how to move from the space of impossibilities to the possibilities. All webinar we are having from the beginning and now and going to the end, this, if you go and to cognize inside of the webinar, cognize what we have been sharing with you, and you will see you are already in the space of from impossibility to possibility. And let's keep have a look here. And by doing this, the exercise that you see, is this you? And if you see yourself here, if you are still here in this webinar, it means that you are already see who you are in this journey. And this one, the webinar we are doing today is you will to learn that self-employed is the best platform to understand the wealth. And from the talk that we started, and I believe that we have delivered a certain amount of, big amount of the valuable understanding on that. What is the self-employed is the best platform to understand the wealth. And the Ozam already explained that, see, maybe you think it's a big chunk of money to start a business. But if you put it into this Excel spreadsheet, and if you do that, you consciously to look into the every single part of your finance, and you will see, you will understand what does it mean, the wealth here. It doesn't mean that money itself is the wealth. And whole journey when you operating from being employed to self-employed, when you're creating the value itself, and you will see that's the wealth. And it doesn't have to be the money. The value you are creating, the money, the money you, the value you are creating is equal to the money you are getting. So by this journey, you can understand the wealth. Second point I want to mention here is capitalize on available opportunities to achieve success and independence. And very possible that if you look into what are the available opportunities you can achieve to let you to start getting independently financially, not relying on your boss. And there are quite amount of this good opportunities happening in the world now. And many people, they are starting step into the self-employed, and self-employed itself is the opportunity for you to create the money inside of the self-employed market. This is something that you can you will learn. What we are doing at the moment is the part of this value, and self-employed has the immense value. Absolutely. Now, from our stories, I think that you already see what are the values we are achieving. The best value I could tell, not the money, not some, of course, the money is the great value, but for me, the joy, see how I'm excited, how I feel. I like this value is the healthy. This is absolutely just not equal to the money, how much I earn. And in the same way, you will see the value you are creating with your hands, with your efforts. It's incredible. And with these steps and your self-employed strategy, and you will see where you are. As I said, that you need to learn this, cognize while you step into the webinar to the end of the webinar. I would like you to cognize you are already inside of this journey, and you started the journey, and you are inside of this strategy already. We have already talked about so much fear. Time really is in this time of the suffering is enough. We need to have some part of our life start running without fear. At least you start dropping the fear.
So from impossibility to possibility, what you are saying is all these questions that are going on in your head, and you don't actually know what to do with them. You know there will be something need to do with them, but you don't know what to do first, how to do it, how to structure it, which one to do first, which one to do next. These are the questions that you will get answers to from like myself and Mihri. And the people have gone through that cycle. Okay, when you again going up that mountain and you hire this guy to go with you, and you say, oh, and where is the nearest drinkable water source? And they're like, oh, okay, it's 1.2 kilometers on the west. And it's like, you just wouldn't know because you're going up the mountain the first time, but the guide is not. So
Yes.
it's not really equal game. And to have a guide is very beneficial because you're not going to be thirsty along the way. And so this is how to say, you just say, okay, I'm experiencing this. Let's say
Sorry.
I'm thirsty, I have no idea what to do, okay? And the guide says, okay, just wait a 1.2 kilometer, let me see, that's gonna be like 20 something minutes, we'll be at the water source and it's drinkable and you will just have a nice drink, okay? So now you're like, oh, okay, it's great, I'm really sweating, start climbing up the mountain. And then you come with another question, you say, hey, how are we gonna get up to the mountain before dark? And when in the world are we gonna sleep, right? And then again, you get this, the fears come, and that's normal. But then the guy says, "Hi, look, it will take 3 more hours. The sun will set 1 hour later than that. There is a hut up there with a burning stove, and I cut the wood last time when I went up the mountain." So and you were like, okay, now I'm not upset anymore. Let's walk. This is from impossibility to possibility. And once you've been going to the mountain for a while, you're like, oh yeah, I know where the water is. I know where the place is. I know what time I need to start walking. You get all these things, and then you will be very, very excited. Okay, it's enjoyable.
What I want to show you, this exact what Ozam is telling is it exactly happened to us. Now you say, as a self-employed person, we work from anywhere, right? We're on an island. The island is the place that this island is have no water. When we arrived, most people like us that are living here as a foreigner, or we buy water like this every day. And I don't know how much money we have spent for the water like this. And also he said that I believe there is a possibility we don't need to spend that much money. I said, nah, hey, I don't believe that. He said, okay, I will make it happen. And he bought the filter, and then he bought the 2 buckets, which is like for the water. And he did something, and then he resourced the water from a very beautiful mountain, not really far away from here. And then with his friend, he loaded how much water you loaded?
600 liters.
600 liters for how much?
No, you just get
water is for free, okay? And he loaded there, and then we found out, wow, it's workable, and the water is from the mountain. And this is the bottle. This is the water that I bought in, I don't know for how long ago. That we are the only family here using the water. We don't buy water.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is like the outside the box kind of things that maybe don't get to your mind always. But we will do our best to help you to move into being more like a personality of solutions. That she just looks around the place and sees solutions in everything, because the competition for people that see problems in everything is very, very high. You can't succeed there and say, I have the bigger problem than you. It's such a high competition. They all have the biggest problem, and everything's bad, everything's sad, and nothing is working, okay? But we are not operating in this kind of realm. We are operating in the realm where, okay, we have to acknowledge, okay, there is a problem, okay, now if there was a problem, solution must have existed before the problem was created. So what is the solution? So we start looking at solution until we find it. Yeah. It's a different way of operating and approaching life.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the fear, that the slides that you can see, I want you to look at the slides again. And here is the wonderful story from me. Even now, whenever I think of the story, I just laugh. And this story is about how the fear can really scare you off. I remember the time I come out from the corporate world, there was a stage that I need to make a decision to go find a job or you go and be self-employed. At that time, I have money, but you can't believe the fear of not earning at this short period of time. I was so scared. And food, how much was the cooking oil? That's how much was that?
Like $1.
Like $1, $1 of the cooking oil. And I was so scared to spend money on that. Like when the fear come attack you, you can be as stupid as a hell like that. I was like, oh no, I don't want to spend the money on the cooking oil. I was eating instant noodle. This is you remember the story?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So on the journey of the be employed, that's where you if you don't have a proper guidance and to see the reality, and you will really scared, just like what my guru said, that when a child said, mom, there is a snake, what to do? The mom will say, let's check it out. Is it the snake? Let's have a look. If it's a snake, we do something. If it's not a snake, let's do something. And then the mom will take the kid to go and check. Oh, it's a root, like this. And the same way, we are here. In the past, it was Ozam was helping me in this way. Now I already independent in Sao Paulo, and I mean that always two is better than one. We two together, we want to use this power to empower people to see, look, it's a snake or the root. This is what we are doing on the journey of being employed to self-employed.
Do you wanna tell Sindhu about the she can have a one-on-one call?
Yes. We will have a opportunity for people who are here, still here. We will have this call opportunity. Stay tuned with us, and we will give this opportunity. And you have learned about so many emotional journey that we have like gaining throughout the whole journey of the be employed to self-employed, and you really can get the insights. Now, do you have these problems and your self-employed ideas is slipping away? This has happened to many people. That one day I have plenty of ideas, and second day, oh no, and it's just a slipping away, because again, it's about the fear. But when you come back and this idea come back again, you could not sleep because you didn't manifest it. You didn't take action to make it happen. And you also might be same as what we have experienced. We had experience that you're constantly thinking about, I want to self-employed, but it's just stay back. Again, it's back to the point of the fear. And you are eager to be self-employed, but feel that I'm sure do it or not do it. And we have already shared so many insights and stories and this talks. You can see what other problems, maybe you have even more problems than this. And if you are struggling with constant stress at work, for sure, you need to be self-employed. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and anxiety every day and worried about negative impact it's having on your physical or mental health, perhaps you are seeking solutions. And for sure, you need to make a decision to get the control to keep the balance of your life. At the end, if you don't take a decision now, your health will get impacted. And if you go to see a doctor, maybe you go through all the procedures, and at the end they will give that, how about you go to see your psychologist? And then you said yes, and you got the marked as mental illness or and your life is almost going to the end. See? And I hope that we are not seeing you to going to that level. And are you concerning about your age? And many people think that what to do, I'm already 40. And this is the limited thought holding so many people back. And their age restriction, you should get rid of it. Otherwise, you will stuck. And then until the moment you are leaving your body, say, oh, I'm so regret. Can you give me another 2 years? I want to be self-employed. This is just a joke, but hilarious. And then it's cool joke. I like this one. And you desire more control over your work and flexibility work. And for sure, you need to look for the solution to come out from this space. And if you're concerned about the possibilities of being replaced by AI, especially if you are a tester, software engineer, I was tester, and I was so worried that one day everything will be automated, all the script system running automation in automation, what I supposed to do. And I was really worried about the AI. And yes, there's ages already, but I'm lucky enough that I already jumped into the boat of the self-employed, and I'm using AI as my assistant and to increasing my income. That's a cool thing, isn't it? So it is not the problem. If I can do it and find the solutions, you can do it as well. And the real problem is you're not aware of that, the strategies that we talked about. And here is, let's have a look. You will, by doing this, and you will save your career, and you will control over kind of a work and everything that's you will find that you are the manager of your life. You are the boss of your life. And I see many questions. The Q&A box is full of with the questions. I will attend to it, and if I can't attend to it, I will. You will have the opportunity to get the one-on-one strategy call with us, which is worth $1,000. And here, there are the steps you can conquer your fear unemployed, and the step by step, you will become your boss. And we covered some of that in the talk, and you will find a way that how to attract the right client and establish the authorities and provide the value to them. Okay, now let's have a look. We've been talking so much about, and we didn't introduce us. You know, I am Mikvi, he's Ozam, a really crazy couple, looks like doing crazy things, and from the play around with the possibilities, okay? And we create this Ozam service, and in this service, what we normally focusing on, that's to support the individuals to look the opportunity to be self-employed, and from the angle of the possibilities. And we understand the importance of staying up to date, and the latest strategy and tools can make a significant difference. And in this Ozam service, I have a technical background. I like play with all kinds of AIs or this technical things, and from this point, this is my value, that I really give the people great ideas and what tools you can use in your situations. And for example, how to properly use ChatGPT to create the business. And this is something that I've been working on. And inside of my business itself, that I already created different type of business, and my clients are really happy about that. So here in Ozam, we do this, keep ourselves up to date and with the latest strategy and tools, and I'm good at it. I like it. And this is why we invest our great deal of time and resources in testing and perfecting this method. All what we have shared with you, it's not come like one night. We test it. We just like you adjust something. If it's not working, we go back and do it. So in the same way, with my career background as a software tester, I show my client how to test out your service. Back to the example of the Sindhu. If she is our client, and we will look after her, that we will give her that, have you from nothing to something, the whole journey, we will test it out. And this is something we will give a strategy and plan, let them to do it. And this testing itself, I could not explain in 1 minute, because this technical background, it has a technical background. I apply the QA procedures. It has the life cycle of a product from nothing to something to the thing, and it will coming with like unit testing. After you develop something, you can't straight away to do that to put it into market. You need to have unit testing, system testing, or this testing, that testing, and user acceptance testings. At the end, you feel why we do this so many rounds of testing? Because we want our clients have the full confidence to see themselves, to value their value. Actually, if people believe their value, they really don't need to go to these steps. But these steps is really powerful. And see all the softwares we've been using, we've been working through these procedures, testing.
Maybe let's check if there are any other questions in Q&A.
We intend we attended
we
question
did
this
that
one, and I would love to have a one-on-one call. Thanks. Yes, we will provide this one
Okay.
for.
Do we have a Sindhu's number?
I will send out that. Here is the link that I can send it to you all. You can book a call with us, and because this is really special services we are offering at the moment, and we have a lot of clients that they want to have this time with us. So if you are here, you're still here, it means that you are serious about the commitment that you are going to do. And here it will, I put it into the chat box. And this is the link that you can send it to. Yeah, you can book a call with us, and it's a 1 hour sessions. We will go through that's whatever that you need. Let's have a look first. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, let's have a look. We by the talk, we already covered these steps. Number one, discover your identity. As Ozam said, that you need to know who you are. And what I wanted to say about this is you need to find out who you are. You are not the job you are doing. You are the one that more than the job. You can be content manager, and you can be software tester, and you can be this and that. Now, for this, you need to dig out who you are. And for this, you need to find what are the potential possibilities. And when you truly understand who you are, you can map what service you can give the offer to the people, what value you are creating to the world. And this is the result that you can really think about, that how it's, you need to be specific about who you are, the possibilities. Like take as an example as Ozam. I have a multiple identity, or the value. When you see who you are, you can create the multiple stream of income. Let's say normally we don't share in the webinars, but it's okay. We said that we want to help people, but we can just give you a idea about how we made it. And me, because I was like thinking, oh, I'm the software tester, I have to be the QA manager for whole my life, and I was only looking for the jobs as QA manager, QA manager, QA manager. But later on, I found that actually I have so many other desires. I help people outside of the work. I help them to shift their life and to shift their cognitions and to start doing something. Hey, this is my real desire. Why not I start doing it? So for this, to get this level, you need to sit and to with someone that who who had this process itself to guide you to have these possibilities. This is like, I call it like agile backlog. All the programs or all the service I'm using from my side is I'm applying this agile Scrum Master and the CQC, which is about the testing your products, how you do it from your cognition, consciously testing what you are doing. You need to be aware of what you are doing. And this is about who you are. And we have we have different people giving us the different valuable testimonial from time to time. Here you can see we have Sindhu from Fiji, and she has been working with me for a really long time. We worked along with like an emotional everything. That is so good about that. I was like feeling, I really feel that great to work with people like her. And for just to have a quick fun, because we're talking and you could not digest, but doing quick test or the quick quiz, you will find that something you are digesting or not. How can self-employed help you in business development? It helps you identify your unique skills and strengths. It helps you understand your limitations and fear and the areas for improvement. And it helps you to recognize how your actions impact others. What do you think? Okay, please answer the question here. What is your answer? 1, 2, 3. Let's do it in a beyond the logic way. It could be any answer here. And here for this one is specifically for me, this awareness is about identify your unique skills and strengths. When you find your skills and your strengths, you can offer the value to the right clients. This is my answer. And next strategy, step 1, after you realize who you are, what you can do, and you need to identify your target audience. And for example, we say, oh, I want to teach people in a corporate world to improve their wellness, this mindfulness, and to use this approach to give them this health. Okay, now you are targeting your audience, but specifically what value you can to create for others. And for this, you can help. You need to look into who are, like when you have a product, who are you selling it to? Who can get the best benefit? And in our case, this service we are providing here is for those people in IT, in the corporate world, or it could be other job that they are doing, but they want to come out from the corporate world and start looking to the self-employed opportunities. And you need to identify, this depends on that, what are the skills that you have and what are the possibilities you have. And after you got the clear niche, and you will become aware that, actually I have a certain amount of clients, I can customize my service according to their problems. The same as that we can see the problems of our clients according to our experience and with their what they are going through. Yeah, and you can standardize your process and products. Okay, quiz time, get ready. Are you ready to do this quiz time for us?
Quiz time. Quitting your job without having a solid business plan in place. Good or bad? Well, it's probably better to have a plan in place.
Yes. For this, it really, it's really obviously the answer is bad. You need to have a solid business plan, but it doesn't have to be on the paper ready, but on the way that you are preparing before you decide to quit the job. You need to have a clear roadmap of what are you going and what are the risks that you want to get yourself ready to take, and this all the part of the strategies. It's like a boring quiz, but it makes sense because you need it is the quiz that it can bring your awareness. What are the things that you need to prepare to be self-employed?
Check the Q&A.
Yeah. Good. So let's say sorry, I missed that one. See? Yeah.
We are getting over the time.
Yep. Okay. Now the number 4 is power of the pricing. After you see your value, and you will see the price, how much you can charge. Because your service is unique, you can reflect the value through the price. And for this, there are many ways that we can go into, but we normally do it with the specific case. And that's why we offer this free call. That's why we charge it a lot if it's not the free, giving you for free. The value of the creating that determines the price you deserve. And you will see that when you start seeing the price, doing this pricing mapping game, you will start learning how you're reflecting your expertise in a proper way that will give you the general revenue that matches the value you provide. So you can't lower your price at the start. I started my business like $18 per week. Oh my God, I was really suffering. But later on, I had a session with Ozam and we walked through all the things in the Agile and CQC way, and we find that, wow, this is amazing. I am underestimating my value. And on top of that, I created more than what I'm serving to the people. Now, that's why that is from time to time, we will have the charge this reflection exercise. And after you got this, and you will find the money is streaming from anywhere you can. Why? Because you are seeing your value. You can do it, and you are seeing the value. You have the market. And basically, when you get to the level as no fear, and you can see your possibilities and what you can do and what you can't do, when you have a clear pictures, you can just you can just swim in these possibilities anytime. Like me, I created a creative learning business, and here I have a different stream of income and still growing. One income recently I'm doing is I'm producing this ebook and producing this teaching materials and this, and I put it in, I just sell it for the people who needs. And this is something that I don't need to, I just create it and then it will be sold in my own website. And this is like this, when you see the possibilities, you are just swim. Okay. And the last one is boost your income. And this is, as I said, that you can see you start boosting your income. You are enhancing your business long-term because you keep moving, and you will become like dancing, like a dancer in your self-employed business. Okay, that's great. We have so many people giving us this different feedbacks. I love it. And I'm really happy that today you are here. But again, it's not the end. It's just a start. Please book a session, which is for free now. That's you deserve it. So we give you this for free. And please take this opportunity, and you can bring more people to come to our webinar next time. And we start from here. Any questions? And anything you want to add before our webinar is ending? I'm so enjoying. How about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I think the questions I seemed to put was great, and I look forward to talk to her on a call.
Okay.
And look at some
what I want, one thing we have to correct what we are saying here. We talk about the Sindhu. Sindhu is just one of you. Okay. This is the general strategy, general topic. It can apply anyone who wants to be self-employed firm and be employed. But I'm so glad that Sindhu is here. He is so good in asking the informative questions where that we can really help people to answer the questions. So you see yourself as a Sindhu, please bring more questions to us.
Thank you. It's nice having you all.
Yeah, that's great. Any questions last before we end? Please book your time from this. I can send this link again, and you can invite more people to my next session. Next webinar. Hope you really enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Let me have a look Q&A and
Yeah, well done.
oh, good. I think we before we wrap up, we make sure that we are attended to the questions you are asking here.
Yeah,
We did. Awesome. So as a recap, you just remember the 5 strategies. And if you would like to have this webinar slides, I'm happy to send it to you through the email. And you can find me on our website. And there, I believe that you already booked yourself from there. And Just keep in touch, stay tuned. I give you, maybe some people are still writing something. And if you are writing and only 1 minute left before the webinar finished, and don't worry if you miss the questions, if the time is up, you can just keep contact with us on the email, and we will put you, if you are happy, we can put you into our Facebook group, a very small group. We go into the details about how we can grow together. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sindhu, especially special thanks to Sindhu. You are great. Guiding us to give the people the right answers. Thank you. See you. Stay tuned.
See you.
Thank you.